What's up YouTube, this is Cody here with iPhoneHacks.com, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a comparison of the iPhone 5C versus the iPhone 5S. So the first thing that you'll notice on the iPhone 5C is the color of it as well as the plastic casing. So if you guys don't know, the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5 has the exact same guts, so nothing is different in that respect. But you can tell just by looking at the volume rocker as well as the bottom of it here, and just the entire back of the phone, the whole plastic casing, it looks a whole lot different even though it has the exact same innards as well as the exact same screen. Now if we take a look at the iPhone 5C here, you can look and see, if I can focus in, you can see the home button is actually flat. It does have that metal ring around the button right there for the fingerprint sensor, but the actual button is flat. Now you can tell if you just run your finger across it, it does feel kind of like it is indented. Because it is indented, it's just not concave like you can tell on the iPhone 5C. So you can see there, completely indented, but a lot different on the iPhone 5S. Now of course this is attributed to the Touch ID, which you can just unlock your device just by holding your finger over the home button there. Now you can also use this for putting in your password on iTunes rather than having to type in your password every time. Now if we take a quick comparison look at these, of course the screen is pretty much exactly the same. Size is exactly the same and everything. The only thing you're going to see here on the front of the device that looks different is of course the home button right here that we just went over. Now if we look at the side here, you can see that everything on the 5C is completely plastic, as well as having elongated volume rockers right here, which are also plastic buttons. The switcher pretty much exactly the same, just a different type of material. Now if we look down here at the bottom, pretty much the exact same layout. You have your headphone jack, your mic, your lightning cable port, as well as your speaker. And if we flip it over to the back here, you can see, let me focus in here real quick. You can definitely tell the difference between the two. Now of course this has a chamfered edge right there. If you can see, if it focuses in, let's see if we can get a good look at that. And if you're looking at the iPhone 5C, you're going to get a nice rounded edge. Now of course if we look at the cameras here, let's take a quick comparison look at these two. So you can see here, it's kind of hard to tell, but the camera lens on the 5S is actually a little bit bigger, as well as the flash. You can see that the iPhone 5S right here at the top has a amber and white flash, while the 5C only has that white flash. So the camera on the iPhone 5S should be able to take much better pictures, especially in lower lighting conditions with that amber flash. Alright, so that's a good quick look at the iPhone 5S and 5C. Now let's start looking at some speed tests. Now the first test that I want to do is the boot up speed. So let's go ahead and do that. So ready, 1, 2, 3. Alright. So right out the gate, the 5S is actually a little bit quicker. Got that logo going a little bit quicker than the iPhone 5C. And just to let you guys know, I did close out of all the applications, so there's nothing in the app switch or anything like that. But you can notice that the iPhone 5S was quite a bit quicker. Probably a good 3 or 4 seconds. So now let's open up a few applications here and see if we can tell a difference. First, let's open up the settings app. Okay, not much difference there. I couldn't tell any difference at all. Now let's go ahead and open up weather. Pretty much exactly the same. Now let's open up Safari. Alright, it looks like we had a couple different web pages here. Let's close these out. So the first site, let's go to Apple. It looks like the 5S is a little bit, actually, the 5C came in there right at the end, and looks like it beat out the 5S. Now, I mean, it's not really noticeable, but you can tell by the time that the picture scrolls through, that's about how much time it beat the 5S. So now let's go ahead and go to a different website. So let's open up the tab view again. and let's go to ESPN. Alright, so it looks like the 5S definitely beat the 5C, opening up ESPN. Alright, so next up, let's open up iPhone Hacks. Alright, it looks like the 5C actually really beat out the 5S in that one. Let's go ahead and open up one of these. Let's open up this post right here. And it looks like the iPhone 5S beat out the 5C in that case. Yeah, the iPhone 5C is actually still loading. But let's scroll down here, see if we get any type of lag or anything like that. Nothing really noticeable. Now, a stock app that actually takes quite a bit of time to open up sometimes is the camera application. So let's go ahead and open that up and see if one of these opens up any quicker. Alright, so it looks like the 5S actually focused in a little bit quicker than the 5C. So I'm going to assume that that actually opened up a little bit quicker. Not much to tell a difference unless you have both of these devices side by side. Now, one cool thing about the iPhone 5S camera is, first of all, the slow-mo. So you can take slow-mo videos up to 120 frames per second, and it looks really cool and it works really well. And I've actually done a video on the iPhone 5S camera, so if you want to check that out, then just check out the channel. And another cool thing about the iPhone 5S camera is you can take burst shots. Now, if we tap and hold down on the photo button, you're going to see here that it's going to take a whole bunch of photos very, very quickly. Now, you can actually do this on iOS 7. It's just not near as fast. So let's go ahead and do a test of that. So ready, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so if we go back into the camera roll, it's kind of hard to see up here at the top, but the iPhone 5S took 45 pictures in comparison to 13 on the iPhone 5C. Alright, so the next thing that I want to open up is Infinity Blade 3. And Infinity Blade 3 is actually optimized for the iPhone 5S, so it takes advantage of that 64-bit structure. So what we're going to do is tap this on the same time and see which one loads up quicker. So ready, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so you can tell that the iPhone 5S is quite a bit quicker. So this hasn't even gotten through the loading screen yet, and this one's already playing. So let's see here if this is about to cut back on. No, it's still at the loading screen. So I'll have to go back and count how much faster that was, but it was at least 10 seconds or so. This one actually loaded up, the iPhone 5S actually loaded up a whole lot quicker than the iPhone 5C. So in my opinion, both of these devices are extremely fast, and I mean, it's really hard to tell a difference if you didn't have these devices side by side testing them like I am right now. So if you have an iPhone 5 and you're thinking about upgrading to a 5S, then I mean, it's possible that it's going to be a little bit quicker and you're going to be able to notice it. On the other hand, there's really not a whole lot of difference in terms of performance. But if you're trying to get a new camera, which the camera is a huge selling point of this device, as well as the Touch ID fingerprint sensor, that's another really key point, then I mean, definitely go for it. Those are really two strong features, and those are the ones that I've had the most fun with my iPhone 5S. But if you're not in it for the camera or the Touch ID sensor, then I would recommend waiting for the iPhone 6. Hopefully, there'll be a bigger screen on that one. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, then go ahead and subscribe. Alright guys, until next time, this is Cody with iPhoneHacks.com.